I last did my video. That is because I haven't been playing this game because I was quite busy with education related stuff. So today, because I don't play live anymore, well, not yet anyway, because I'm busy, we have Destroyer X in his M41 Bulldog, and the Bulldog, it's possibly one of the best light tanks tier for tier. I prefer to have the clip, just like he does in this gameplay, because I think the clip, you can really devastate somebody if you have a clip, and I feel like there's no reason for me to play the single shot gun, because it just doesn't feel like you could really compete against a heavy tank when you try to circle him, because you don't have that burst damage, where in this tank you could, if you really need to, with your 10 round magazine. So yes, I do recommend you to try and get yourself the Walker Bulldog with this autoloader of a gun. And if people say you reload and all that sort of thing, well, technically if you're a light tank, you shouldn't really be shooting unless you really can shoot. So most of the time you will be spending camping behind a bush spotting, rather than going out and firing on the move and such. And when you do need to go out, you will probably pick on your target and eliminate them, in one clip. You could do a lot of damage, as far as I know. You can one clip tier 8 fairly easily, I would say, well, fairly reliably. The standard round is APCR, which makes this thing incredibly good because of its ability to basically be accurate, because of the low travel, the high travel speed, and the low amount of time it would take for the shell to arrive at the target. It means that you don't really have to lead your shots that much. With 175 penetration, you are looking at getting through pretty much most of the tanks you see on the side, and if you aim at weak spots, you will pen them on the lower plate, etc. like this. Yeah, it's brilliant gun. I love it. And what I would say is you have to make sure you time your reloads properly. That is the single thing that could give you a setback if you're shooting the autoloader version of this tank. Now, I think there is a bit of I don't agree with Destroyer X here, because I feel like, what is the point of spotting people down there? Because in my opinion, you either go really forward on this little hill, or you just don't come up the hill, and you probably do a lot more if you're around F1 region or E1 region, if you're really brave. And that even if you don't quite get to E1 or F1, you could still get rid of the enemy scouting bushes, because you will spot them, so they won't really spot the rest of your team. And I think that I do have question with his decision making at the start. I do question that, but well, the reason I show you this is because it's a great game. So he is gonna show us exactly what he is gonna do to win this game. His team is so out-positioned. I mean, 3 tanks camping on the rail, 4 tanks camping on the rail. It's phenomenal. VK, come on. Oh, you don't pen the front of VK like that, I'm afraid. However, the side of a T-34 will possibly be quite easier than the VK's frontal kind of armor, I'd say. The VK's got a really strong, surprising turret armor, I think. Or was it the whole armor? I can't remember. I was playing it a while back, and I can't quite remember. But it was, oh, the lower plate of the VK is strong as hell. The VK4502A, and do not shoot the lower plate of that German tank. It's not a traditional German tank where the lower plate is weak. No, it's not. It's strong, and you need to be careful of it if you can. Look at the gun missing here. I mean, it's quite unlucky. He's getting quite unlucky, to be honest. I think he shouldn't be missing this hard, but I feel like he's not been too much of a use. If I was him, I would probably have stuck myself in that bush there to basically spot the AMX 1390 rather than camping in the edge of the map. That is what I think is wrong here. I don't quite agree with the playstyle. I feel like if he does possibly go down to that bit and spot the MX 3090, it could have proven to be pretty good for him and his team. But luckily, somehow, his team managed to come back, and they're on the offensive now. Somehow, the enemy team managed to fuck up. Possibly because Destroyer X is possibly spotting them. I'm not exactly sure, but he should have done this a while back, I think, and he shouldn't really engage a 3090 like this. Certainly not in this kind of close range brawl. He should rather stay long range, and I think this is quite a misplay. And he gets quite lucky that the AMX 3090 doesn't quite finish him off. I don't 100% recommend playing his playstyle, because I feel like if his team was anywhere a bit more worse, then possibly he wouldn't even be able to have even got here. He might just be outnumbered 1 to 10 or something. But luckily his team managed to do something, and we'll see some bushwork hopefully here. I think we have to speed this up slightly, because the Bulldog is possibly camping quite hard. Hopefully you can learn a bit from, well, it's not that he's doing it wrong, it's just that I feel like if he does something else, he might get the better bit out of this game, I don't know, but comment in the description if you think my suggestion is right. Is possibly going to give him a better chance to carry this. I'm not 100% sure if his playstyle here is good or not. I can't be certain on that. But what we're going to find out is whether if it does work or not, if he does win it or not for his team. I do recommend him load a few gold, because as you can see, oh, what a good solid hit on the side of it, WZ111, and that was just brilliant. That was the game winner, possibly the best player on the enemy team now taken out. There's not much that's gonna stop him, possibly, I think. And Bulldog gets spotted. Look, that is just great. He went down, and basically now the Bulldog doesn't quite have the advantage now, and he goes for it because the Bulldog is using the massive gun, and the Bulldog turns so slowly, the traverse speed, he can circle him to death, and there goes the kill. And that is why I recommend the autoloader over the single shot version. The single shot doesn't interest me much. Doesn't really make this tank any more special if you were having the single shot version. No, it's not that good. I do recommend you to have the autoloader version 100%, and I recommend 1 to 2 clips of premium rounds in the stock. Just when you do need to pen some tanks at the front, you can do that if you wish. That's the kind of things I wanna say and I would do. And so what I analyze here is, I feel like he's camping a bit too back. So for example, if the enemy tanks decides to crest it, then he probably wouldn't be able to support the weapon trigger as they cross it. So if I was him, I probably move myself there, or possibly there, even better, because you definitely need to support the weapon trigger. You can't even see the weapon trigger. That's one of the questions I want to question him. To be fair, I don't quite agree that playstyle. He does. Well, now it's a bit too late, to be fair. The T-34 is already cresting it. I would say stay one step ahead, and you see, he didn't quite get it. And I hope you can take a positive look at what I'm saying to you, because I feel like he should have been here a while back rather than now. And look, what he should do now is not shoot now. He shouldn't be shooting now. He should be backing off behind the bush, then firing. But surprisingly, he doesn't get spotted. Oh wow. Great. But do I recommend that? Nope. I would definitely go behind the double bush, then fire it. I mean, you know where he is. He's just a sitting duck in the open, so you can quite easily, you know, improve that, because you never know. If you get spotted there, it could be costly. I would say it could cost you the game, and luckily it didn't. But you know, if you want to win that extra 1% of the games, maybe I think the next step you work towards is to use the double bush mechanism, and also stay one step in front of it, and make sure if you're outnumbered, stay within sight with your friend, especially when your mate in the weapon, well, not a mate, but the teammate weapon trigger, he's waiting for the enemy tanks to come to him. Then you have to take advantage of the weapon trigger spotting for you, rather than staying in a place where even if you spot them, the weapon trigger might not even be able to layer shots, or it's just I have to leave you this question. But what he's doing right here is, he's capping, but this is debatable whether if he should cap or not. I suppose he should, because there's not enough time left, and yes, I do believe that this is the best choice out of this circle. So my experience probably tells me that I should be hiding here. Why? Because there's a tendency that people either shoot here or there or there or there or there. So sticking there means that possibly you will get a better chance. I don't know, but what he's doing really well is he's aiming at this direction, because even if the artillery does crest over the railway, he has the chance to spot him, then turn his turn around. However, if the artillery did go the long way round and came around there, then it would be quite close before he spots him. And so he did make a nice choice in the end to aim for that side. The artillery should have really gone around and closed the distance down before he made a wild rush in the open, and which means that Destroyer X managed to get 7 kills, 4k damage in this game, which is phenomenal for a light tank. But there are a few things I would like to highlight, and I did probably highlight as well. The room for improvement. Hopefully you can take that as a positive feedback, and also tell me what you think, what's the good thing he did and what's the bad thing he did in this game. But certainly 100% sure that shooting through the transparent bush is not the best idea in the world. Do recommend you to at least drive back behind the bush, so that suddenly you couldn't see this through the bush. That means you're 5 meters behind it, and that means the dude you're shooting at probably can't see you. Well, reduces significantly the chance of seeing him, well, him seeing you. So hopefully you understand what I'm saying, and hopefully it's been a good video to improve your light tank skills by watching good players playing their light tanks. Hopefully we'll see you next time.